Hi everyone, now this.
Hi everyone, my name is jessy and today this is the first collab of Cats and I.
Now that was fellow creator jessy whose channel is linked in the description and it's well worth checking out. We've been talking about doing a collaboration for some time, but never in a million years did I think it would end up being on a topic as serious as this. Anybody who watches my channels normally knows that I just have a light-hearted look at science denial such as young earth creationism, flat earth, etc. But this topic is nowhere near as low-hanging and it's nowhere near as funny. So in preparation for it, let's just take a light-hearted look at some of the most hilarious questions asked by flat earthers on this channel.
Who owns the moon?
Could clouds be made of salt?
Are these flames defying gravity by going up?
Why would they even invent gravity then? Why is there mass? What is this shit about mass?
If you don't know where you live, you think you're ever gonna know why you live there?
How does a boat sail around the world without going up and downhill?
What am I doing in a flat earth group?
Some hard-hitting science there, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, this collaboration started to take form when I watched a video on jessy channel. And here she is summing it up for us.
A few weeks ago I stumbled upon some animal rescue videos because I like to cry to animals that are now in safe hands and have finally a life that they deserve. But some of these videos were kind of sus to me because there were kittens and puppies in a ditch with a live snake getting crushed, and the people with the camera were just filming.
Now, when Jessy first told me about this type of video, I'll admit that I was a little bit gobsmacked. I didn't really believe that YouTube would allow monetized channels to prosper by taking household pets and putting them in such dangerous situations just so a rescue could be faked. I was sure YouTube wouldn't allow that kind of content to be monetized. But she pushed me in the direction of an awful lot of channels that all seem to have very, very similar videos that all follow a very formulaic structure. Now, I don't want to show too much of the content from those channels for obvious reasons, so I did my own recreation. Here we go. So these videos always seem to start with an animal that's in serious distress, filmed from many, many different angles, and some of the angles even show the animal desperately trying to escape. There is then a cut to the hero of the video, who seems totally oblivious to the fact that he's being filmed while he's doing something really important, such as creating a portrait for someone famous, or choreographing a dance routine. And then, without even wanting to question why somebody with a camera is following him, he goes for a stroll, a perfectly natural stroll. He might even stand in some poo, for example, but he will stumble across the animal in danger. Now he's found the animal in danger, it's time to try and free him, and luckily, he always seems to have brought the correct tool. Let's watch him get to work. There you go. Now his work is done, he can now show the safe animal to the cameraman he previously didn't know was there. Now, I don't think I have to spell it out to you that what you've just seen was obviously pre-planned, and it was obviously prepared, and it was obviously scripted. And obviously the animal involved was just a stuffed toy. But imagine watching a video like that where the animal isn't a stuffed toy, it is a genuinely real animal. And while I was still reeling from the shock of seeing videos like this, Jessy was doing a bit of research.
After I looked a little bit deeper into it, I found out that this is a whole network of people that use kittens and puppies to star in those fake rescue videos.
And Jessy is absolutely right. When you look at these channels, they really do seem to be an interconnected, interlinked community, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if most of these channels are run by the same people. And they're not so shy that they'll try and hide it either. For example, if you go to N&T Animal Rescue and click to the channels tab of their page, you'll see them advertise in the other channels, which in my opinion are clearly owned by the same people. So for obvious reasons, I don't want to show too much content from this type of channel, but it is important, I think, that we do have a look at least one of them, so we can see how carefully orchestrated and obviously fake these rescues are. And we're going to start with a video from N&T Animal Rescue. Here it is. So it starts off with our hero taking a wheelbarrow for a walk, and that is the closest thing to a pet this guy should ever get. Now, not only does he not seem to know that he's being filmed, he doesn't seem to know where he's going, because when he gets to the top of this hill, it's a complete dead end. What an unbelievable coincidence it is, though, that somebody seems to be stood right at that dead end, waving him over for help. Now, at this point, you've got a decision to make. Do I just take the spade? Or do I take the wheelbarrow as well? he opts for both. Sensible. Now he's in such a hurry there's only enough time for the cameraman to switch positions twice before we finally catch up with the other guy, who isn't quite as far away as you think he might be at first glance. Now it's at this point I absolutely have to stop showing the video because the man without the wheelbarrow is directing our attention to a hole in the cliff face. But what do we see in that hole? Well, unfortunately, we see a domestic cat being attacked and nearly killed by a snake. The same domestic cat that I'm convinced is found in this video here. This video was taken from a related animal rescue channel, and you can see the distinctive markings on the cat's cheek. Now, I'm sure you'll all agree on two things. Firstly, what a horrendous sight that would be to witness it for real. And secondly, what a remarkably unlikely event it would be to find a hole in the wall of a cliff with a household pet being attacked by a snake. It's not your everyday occurrence. Or is it? A quick look on the channel page for N&T Animal Rescue shows that they are also advertising this channel, the Animal Rescue Team, who, surprise, surprise, have incredibly similar videos of this extremely unlikely occurrence on their own channel. Now, I wish I could say that these were the only videos of this kind that I could find, but that's just not true. Now, the similarities in those videos are there for everybody to see, and it's obvious to anybody with half a brain what is going on there, and I'm sure the flat earthers will soon catch on as well. But it goes on. HD Pets TV is another serious offender. In this video, they're clearly trying to calm a traumatised kitten, but if I was that kitten, I'd be traumatised too, because just under 2 weeks before, that same man on the same channel buried that cat in sand so it could fake a rescue. Now, obviously, we all know that cats don't just end up randomly buried up to the necks in sand, and it is quite worrying that the makers of these videos feel that they can insult our intelligence in that way. But one of the most worrying things about that video was the thumbnail, in which they'd used a different cat buried again to its neck in stone. Now that is, of course, in my mind at least anyway, a picture of a cat that has been taken from a similar stage rescue on another one of their videos to create that thumbnail. Perhaps a bit of an editing error from their team there. Anyway, some of you might be watching this video thinking, well, at least these animals are rescued at the end of it. At least, you know, we can sleep well at night knowing that whatever they've been through, they have been rescued at the end of it. But Jessy102 has been doing some more digging.
And sadly enough, I found their throwaway channel where they upload videos of the animals that died during some of these stunts. And even after they're not alive anymore, they have been used for multiple videos to, empathy bait people into thinking they're doing a good thing. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Shocking, isn't it? So I emailed the World Animal Protection and I asked them, is there anything I could do? Is there any advice I could pass on when bringing this to the attention of my subscriber base? Now, they are already aware of this, and earlier on this year, they managed to pressure YouTube into pledging to remove this kind of content from their platform. Now, as a result, YouTube specifically state that these type of fake animal rescue videos are strictly against their terms of service and you will have your channel terminated. And it does seem that they're sticking to that as long as these channels are properly reported. In preparation for making this video, I filled my Watch Later playlist with animal rescue videos. And only 48 hours later, I only had access to one of them. And while I was busy emailing, Jessy again was doing some proper research and she managed to actually track down the actual location of some of these channels.
I found out where they're located. They're in Bac Giang. I don't know how to pronounce it, in Vietnam. And they earn money with all of this. Cats and I had the idea to make a charity live stream in the future to raise money and to hopefully get some international animal rescue organization to go to Vietnam and save those animals.
So as Jessy just said, once we can track down an organisation which is actually set up to help animals on location in the real world, then we'll do some kind of a live stream to raise awareness and raise some money for them. But you can obviously rest assured that no money raised will be passing through my hands or Jessy's hands. We'll do a live stream with super chats turned off and a simple link to the organisation or charity in the description. And that's it. No money will be passing through us whatsoever. But do look out for that in the future and hopefully we can raise some awareness. But that is in the future. What can we do now?
The best thing you can do to help us in this would be to report the videos themselves for animal abuse, report the channel, and because they're monetized, a screenshot of the ad with the video title and a link to it as an email to those advertisers, because the advertisers are the only ones that can put pressure on YouTube to take down those channels.
Now, some people might disagree, but from my experience, YouTube are responding to this. I put a tweet out the other day linked to a Reddit page that had collated a lot of these channels together in one spot so people could click on them and so people could report them. And over the past week, I've been watching those channels fall one by one. Now, what I'm not going to do is link them all in my description because I do not want the YouTube algorithm thinking that I am in any way connected with that network of channels. But what I will do in the description is I will post a link to that Reddit page so you can have a look at those channels. And if you feel like it, which I hope you do, report them yourself. For now, I want to say thank you so much to Jessie for all the help. I'm sure we'll be seeing her again on the channel. And I'll be back soon, very soon, with something much more lighthearted and back to my normal self. Goodbye.